Good morning all on this cold winter's day. Trust you are all wrapped up in a blanket and a hot drink at hand. Maybe some of you are still in bed. It is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you to District Governor Anne Angela's farewell and handover leadership. Sadly, we cannot meet in person, but thankfully via Zoom. We welcome District Governor Anne Angela. Angela has been our pillar of strength this year. Her vibrant and energetic personality has encouraged us to continue with our projects, uplifting the communities we serve. Welcome past District Governor Anne's, Rosalind Cartwright, who is our Honourable Secretary and a District Governor and Representative, Mari van Zyl, Janet Callard, also District Governor and Representative, Glynis van der Westhuizen, Sylvia Knoop, Margaret Grant, who is also a District Governor and Representative, Judy Slicher, Colleen Diner, another District Governor and Representative, and Krishna Standa. We welcome our future leadership, District Governor Anne-elect Marilyn Rotenbach, and her special aide, Barbara Ann from the Springs Rotary Ann Club. Welcome to District Governor and Representative Jill Davey, Rotary Ann Club Presidents, Rotary Anns and Rotary.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you fear. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here. So tied up in a straight line, and everywhere you turn, there's vultures and thieves at your back. The storm keeps on twisting, keep on building. In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you fear. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here.
In 1914 at the Rotary International Convention held in Houston, Anne Brunier, the only female, accompanied her husband with some 60 other delegates. The second woman to accompany her husband to a convention was also named Anne. And so it just seemed natural to name the wives of Rotarians, Rotary Anns.
In September 1926, Ethel Gray, the wife of Mr. James Gray, president of the Rotary Club of Johannesburg in 1926-1927, took the initial steps in organizing the Rotary Anns into a constituent body when she invited the wives of Rotarians to a tea party to discuss the idea. The object of the Rotary Anns of Johannesburg were to help Rotarians in their duties and particularly help the service committee in any community effort. They could give advice and active assistance. The Anns operated as a loosely knit association until 1940, when it was suggested that a constitution should be drafted and adopted. The purpose was so that the Rotary Anns could use the proceeds of Mrs. Gertrude King bequest to the Anns for Samaritan purposes. During the Second World War, the Anns assisted with sewing and knitting services, many of them commissioned for special purposes. The Rotary Club formed the War Widows and Orphans Guardianship Scheme, and the Anns threw their full weight into caring for the widows and orphans. The Johannesburg Anns were the first organization to assist Meals on Wheels when it was started by the Congregational Church. Old age homes and creches have always been a particular care for the Anns, supporting with food, repairs, maintenance, special parties and gifts at Christmas. A huge success story was a 10-year project undertaken in the Winterveld. It all started in 1985, when the Anns donated 4 knitting machines, a lot of wool to the northern part of the Winterveld. The eagerness of the people of Winterveld to learn new skills led to preschool teacher training, knitting, sewing and typing courses, practiced welding, carpentry, watch and radio repairs as well as brick making as small businesses. The Rotary Anns facilitated the building of a preschool and 2 primary schools. The women in the community made the bricks, and the men built the structures from scratch, using the skills brought through the Rotary Anns. In collaboration with the Rotary Club of Johannesburg, funding was obtained through matching grants. Who said the Anns of Rotary only have the nurturing role? The Anns, just like their Rotarians, are a force to be reckoned with and have changed countless lives through their efforts and networks. The Anns of Johannesburg are considered and valued as full Rotarians. Somebody said that it couldn't be done. But, she with a chuckle replied, that maybe it couldn't, but she would be the one who wouldn't say so till she tired. So she buckled right in, with a trace of a grin on her face. If she worried, she did it. She started to sing as she tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and she did it. The legacy of the Anns will continue. Without your efforts, support and tenacity, the Rotary Club of Johannesburg would not achieve the remarkable and unquestionable 100-year legacy. Carol, Avril, Helen, Chloe, Gloria, Anne, and Rosemary, thank you for your years of service. You are inspirational.
Wow, that was fabulous. What a tribute to a wonderful club. Thank you very much, Grace. That was outstanding. I now hand you back to Angela.
Sorry about that, a little bit of a delay there, trying to get my finger in the right spot. Grace, is there a short clip there that you wanted to throw in after that there? I can remember it when I was studying. There we go.
You know, I had the shock of my life today. I was in the teacher's lounge talking to a group of girls in their 20s. Oh, they were so pretty. At that age, you don't even have to be pretty, and you're pretty. Anyway, we were laughing and giggling and having a great time, and I completely forgot that I was older. You know, I just felt like one of the girls, and we had a wonderful time. And then I got into my car and caught a glimpse of myself, and I almost had a heart attack. This old woman was in the mirror. I didn't even recognize her.
Who was it?
You really got to love the Golden Girls, hey? Such a sense of humor they have. And I never tire of actually watching that series, you know, it pops up every now and again. I am going to I've got a whole compilation of photographs that I want you ladies to go through, and Grace will put them in. All the photos that you've sent to me during this last year, which is why I kept nagging you to send me photos. So hopefully you will enjoy just a little splurge of all the photos that have come my way thus far. Grace, thanks very much.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party
Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari with me. Early in the morning we'll be starting out. Some honeys will be coming along. We're loading up our woody with their boards inside and heading out singing our song. Come on, baby, wait and see. Yes, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Come on along, surf, baby, wait and see. Yeah, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari. Huntington and Malibu, they're shooting the deer. In Rincon, they're walking the nose. We're going on safari to the islands this year, so if you're coming, get ready to go. Come on, baby, wait and see. Yes, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Come on, yes, baby, wait and see. Yeah, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari.
Let's go, girls. Come on. I'm going out tonight. I'm feeling alright. Gonna let it all hang out. Wanna make some noise. Really raise my voice. Yeah, I wanna scream and shout. No inhibitions, make no conditions, get a little out of line. I ain't gonna act politically correct, I only wanna have a good time. The best thing about being a woman is the prerogative to have a little fun. And oh, 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 they're totally crazy, looking at my lady, and then short skirts. Oh, 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 really go wild, yeah, doing that in style. Oh, 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 get in the action, feel the attraction, cover my head, do what I dare. Oh, 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 I wanna be free, yeah, feel the way I feel. Man, I feel like a woman. Girls need a break tonight. We're gonna take the chance to get out on the town. We don't need romance, we only wanna dance. We're gonna let our hang down. The best thing about being a woman is the prerogative to have a little
That was great. Thank you so much, Grace. That was really super. I did have a little smile, and I'm hoping nobody noticed when it said a great woman knows how to hold her tongue. Oops. It's too much Greek in me. Anyhow, thank you very, very much. That was great fun to watch, and I'm sure some of you will remember some of those photos that you sent through to me. I am going to do my year in the chair now. It's lovely that I've got the sun shining in. I'm warming up from the top of my head now to the bottom of my toes. If I turn upside down, you'll know why. But I just want to say thank you so much to Elaine and to Janet for being part of my introductory team. And a very special thank you to Grace for putting all of this together, because without her, I think you would have just got me waffling on without any interludes at all. So thank you very much. I'm going to read, because I find that if I'm looking at the camera, which is up at the top, I end up looking at all of you down here anyway. So I am going to read a lot of it, and I hope you can all hear me. And I want to welcome all of you to our Anne's farewell, induction, handover of chain of office, whatever you want to call it. I'm glad to be here, and I look at all the lovely faces. It's fantastic to see you all. This year has not afforded me the luxury of too many face-to-face club visits, but we can be incredibly grateful for our Zoom meetings. It took a while to get the hang of it, but with our frustration came lots of laughter, a small amount of anxiety, and in some cases, sheer chaos. I'm sure you will all ascertain to that. Muting people became the norm. It's probably the best thing that ever happened. We could mute everyone who was vacuuming in their garden, vacuuming in their lounge or washing their dishes, etc. It was great fun. And switching off the video so you could stay in your PJs was also allowed. I have read all the minutes that have come my way and have applauded your tenacity to keep going, to keep encouraging one another. Looking after one another and oneself has been our priority this year, and it must remain a priority as we go forward. I think this is going to be something that we will need to check up on one another all the time, because COVID has definitely hit us quite hard again. March 2020 literally took our feet from under us. Suddenly COVID. There was a huge need for masks, sterilizers, clothing and food. The Anns came up trumps. Sewing machines raced their electric motors until you could fry an egg on them. I know one that definitely did that, and that was Jill Davy. I don't think her machine ever stopped. Knitting needles didn't stop until literally thousands of beanies, scarves, mittens, and bed socks were made. Food parcels were packed and distributed. My induction as DGA was done via Zoom. However, my flowers from Krishna were real, thankfully. I have worn my chain of office for various photo shoots, but thus far it has sat quietly in its box. I am wearing it now, see? Well, now that you've all seen my boobs, I'll carry on. The Anns have played an enormous role in their communities this last year, and looking at the minutes, I have seen in excess of 70 charities that we have helped and that have survived because of all you ladies. And as of yesterday, according to the May minutes that I've received and the input from my DGARs, all that good work is still going on. With the fear of a third wave approaching, you ladies have not stopped. I applaud you all. Thank you, Rosebank Anns, for the hard work and preparation that you had already put into my conference, which was sadly cancelled. But hopefully next Rotary year, we will be vaccinated and COVID will be tamed, and we can enjoy our Anns conference once again. I really do wish that I could hand out awards personally and tokens of thanks to everybody, but I would like to personally acknowledge a few wonderful ladies that have helped me this year enormously. And I really have to say that if it wasn't for them, I don't think I would have actually had the success that I have had. My district governors and representatives in no particular order: PDGA Janet Callard, PDGA Colleen Diner, PDGA Joyce Hogg, PDGA Margie Grant, PDGA Ross Cartwright, PDGA Elaine Stathakopoulos, Past President Pat Dewar, and Past President Jill Davy. I just wanted to point out that all my district governors and representatives, save for Pat and Jill, have all been past district governors ands. So Pat and Jill, beware, your turn is coming. A very big thank you to my secretary, Rosalind Cartwright, a lady with years of knowledge under her belt, especially at district level. Another very big thank you to Elaine Stathakopoulos, my special aide. Our year certainly did not go as planned, but thanks to you, my planning and strategizing and rearranging worked very efficiently. Elaine, thank you so much. I want to point out that all of you ladies have worked so hard, and I can understand the need to thank each and every one of you, which is obviously going to be a total impossibility. So I'm going to just bounce around here. A big thank you to all the presidents and secretaries and treasurers who took up the challenge this year. Zoom and WhatsApp definitely helped our clubs this year. Virtual media is alive and working well in the ANS clubs. I've relied totally on my DGARs this year, and they have had to phone, WhatsApp, Zoom, email all their clubs, and I have gotten the information from them. They have been my most glamorous conduit. Elaine and I discussed trophies that I would present this year, and we chose 4 or 5 that would be applicable to my year thus far. But before I hand out trophies, I would like to recognize several ANS and ANS clubs who have been highlighted not only by my DGARs, but by members of their own clubs. I would like to recognize my own club, Benoni Aurora Rotary ANS, for not only inducting a new AN during these hard times, but they also continue to work very closely with their Rotarians. They participate in projects together, do fundraising together, share ideas. The fellowship and camaraderie between both the ANs and the Rotarians is fantastic. That was one of my goals this year, because the ANs in your Rotary Club cannot function anymore if you do not have a Rotary Club to be affiliated with. I would also like to acknowledge the following Rotary ANs clubs: Benoni Van Ryn ANs, Boksburg Lake ANs, and Benoni Aurora Rotary ANs, for joining hands this last year and working like a family. Encouraging one another, supporting one another. And in this regard, I would like to personally thank Janice Carter of Benoni Aurora, the late Pam Darnell of Boksburg Lake, and DGAR Jill Davey from Benoni Van Ryn ANs. And Jill, you had the heart of all 3 clubs in your pocket. And via WhatsApp, we learned about all the projects that were going on with these 3 clubs, and we all helped one another. It was amazing, amazing to watch it all working and so beautifully working. When I asked for clubs to put forward names of ANs who had gone or done the extra mile, 7 clubs told me the same thing. So in the words of President Anne of Germiston ANs, Marlene Rodder, this has been a challenging year. We have worked together as a club. Everyone is able to get into our Zoom meetings and all participate in making decisions on the projects to raise funds for them. Despite not coming out, the WhatsApp group buzzes with info and photos. The ANs delivering are always aware that we have the club behind us in decisions made. All our ANs have worked as a team this year. Thank you, Marlene. These were wise words, because I can look at all our clubs and I can say that all our ANs have worked as a team this year. So to the ANs clubs that have worked together, grown together, comforted one another, encouraged one another, and literally been there for one another, I thank you. I can understand why a couple of the past district governors' ANs were not keen to hand out trophies, because it is a daunting task. Elaine and I debated it, but whilst it's not about the pat on the back, if I had to pat each AN on the back, I would lose the use of my hand. It's all about recognizing someone who will share the accolade with their club. And I hope that it will encourage all clubs to be aware, as DGA, I am grateful for the work you have done. Your community is grateful for the work you have done. And I hope it will encourage you to involve your DGAR and your DGA in all your quests, interests, ideas, and projects. I was going to present the Joyce Hogg Trophy for the Anne's Club that had inducted the most Annes this year, another one of my goals. But my very astute secretary, Rosalind Cartwright, said, whichever club inducted any new Anne in these trying times should be recognized. So if you did induct a new Anne, I applaud you. And to all the new Annes that came aboard this last Rotary year, well done and thank you. Grace, if you can be ready, I'm going to sort of announce a few trophies. I wish that was champagne, but not yet. The Dawn van der Bijl Trophy. Unfortunately, the trophies are not being handed out directly to the clubs, which is quite sad. But anyhow, I went through and took photos of them so you all know what they're all about. The trophy, the Dawn van der Bijl Trophy, is for the club that has best communicated with district. In this respect, I have looked at the clubs that send out monthly minutes timeously. The financials are recorded and accurate. They have communicated with their DGAR and have kept me as DGA in the loop each and every month. Photos are sent along with the minutes, affording me an insight into the club's activities. I do have to share this trophy with two clubs in this regard. I would like to present the Dawn van der Bijl Trophy to two clubs, Petersburg Rotary Annes and Springs Park Rotary Annes. Ladies, well done. These clubs' minutes represented their Annes and the work that they do, presenting wonderful, easy minutes for me to read, and in both cases, they made me feel that I was sitting at the club at every meeting. Thank you. The Jill Pope Trophy. The Jill Pope Trophy is for the club that participated fully in the DGA theme this year, which was cleaning the air that we breathe, the Spekboom project. Again, I have to share this trophy with two clubs. Both clubs have managed to grow and plant over 1,000 Spekboom plants each. So once again, I congratulate the Springs Park Rotary Annes and Petersburg Rotary Annes Club. Barbara Ann Day from Springs Park Rotary Annes has managed to entice many of the Annes from Springs Park into planting over 1,050 Spekboom, and the majority of these plants will find their way to the Blessed Book Spruit, where over 3,000 learners are introduced to the wetland and its important role. And Petersburg Rotary Annes Club, thank you to Charlie Foster and her Anne planted 1,115. These little plants will go to schools in that area. I'm very grateful to all the clubs who participated in the project this year. I can honestly say since the beginning of my year, the Annes, and in some cases, some Rotarians, have planted in excess of 4,000 plants. And as Marilyn will continue this project, our environment in turn will reward us. The Marlene Liedtke Trophy is for the DGAR who has helped me the most this year. Not only did this lady take the bull by the horns, but she handmade over 200 potholders to hand out at my conference. Sadly, it did not happen, but we are both happy to hand them out at next year's Anne's conference. She steadfastly encouraged the 3 Anne clubs in her region to communicate with one another. She shared their projects, shared food and ideas. The Can-Can is one of her initiatives. She has hand-sewn and donated 3 quilt cot blankets for the clubs in her region to raffle, to ensure some money came into their clubs. And this was, this was such a fantastic project that she did, because she just did it. She just made these blankets, handed them out to the Annes in her region, and told them to raffle them or do whatever they wanted to make some money for their clubs. It was absolutely fantastic. And not only this, she also encouraged her own club, pushing them to keep going and to face the storm together. I have great pleasure in handing the Marlene Liedtke Trophy to Jill Davy of Benoni van Rijn Annes. The Rosemary Herberts Trophy is the trophy that goes to the Anne that has gone the extra mile. There are so many Annes that have gone the extra mile, and it is here that I've relied on my DGARs. Once a name is mentioned, I read up on the minutes, catch up with the photographs if possible, and chat to presidents. And once again, I will be sharing this trophy with Annes that in my mind have gone the extra mile. I'm happy to present the Rosemary Herberts Trophy to the two following wonderful ladies. Janice Carter from Benoni Aurora Rotary Anns and Anna Marie Bayer from the Kailami Rotary Anns. Janice from Benoni Aurora never let a week go by where she had not thought of a fun way to raise funds, and her ideas were extraordinary. Her Anns did not have a chance to stop and think about COVID because she had them on the hop, always going the extra mile, always enthusiastic, and always with a smile. Through her efforts, the Anns of Benoni Aurora managed to raise close to 80,500 Rand this year. Janice managed to organize bake sales, golf days, raffles, 100 Club, Grow Your Mo, food stalls, herb sales, quilt raffle, sergeant fines, grocery collections, and so much more. If she didn't exhaust herself, she actually exhausted me. Anna Marie Beer from Kailami Anns managed to bake and sell her Florentines. She did this on such a regular basis that it soon became a full-time job meeting the demand. Anna Marie is notorious for her Florentines, and having personally experienced them, I can say that they are the best I have ever tasted. She single-handedly managed to raise 9,280 Rand for her club this year. Once again, Anns of 9400, thank you. Grace, if I could actually just ask you to unmute everybody, and then I would like you all to please give yourselves and these lovely ladies a round of applause.
Well done, ladies.
Okay, I was going to announce that DG Anna Marie might not make it today because of a prior meeting. I'm not sure if she is here. Grace, is she here? Can you acknowledge somehow? Do I know if she's here? Other than that, no, I don't know. I can't tell you if she is here. But before we hand over to her, if she does come here, so it'll either be Anna Marie or it will be Stella. Could you mute everyone again, please, Grace? Right, okay. So before I hand over to Anna Marie's video, which she has actually pre-done for us, I would like to just say thank you to Anna Marie, who's involved me this year in all of the projects that she has gone through, all of the meetings I have attended. She really has made me feel part of the team, and she certainly has encouraged the Anns this year. And I really, really do applaud her for that. And I would like to say thank you so much for that. So Grace, if you will just do Anna Marie's video for us, just to address all the ladies. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. No.
District Governor Angela, thank you very much. I'm delighted to say a few words today at your conference in 2021. I want to recognize the past, the current, and the future members of the Anns of 9400, and also the leaders that came before you. I want to say that you have impacted the social fabric of society, one person at a time. This very difficult year saw you made huge strides. I every month was so excited to read your newsletter. Yes, you've planted so many speckworms. You've looked at little ones. You've changed also their lives by giving them books, food, look after the seniors, and in general, also the well-being of not only the Rotary clubs, but also those in the communities. I wish you the very, very best for the future. And Marilyn, you stand on absolutely broad shoulders. I wish you also all the best. May this conference be a success. And thank you very much for what you have done for the Rotary 9400 clubs, members, and also communities where we operate in the 4 countries. Thank you to each and every person that made a difference. I wish you only the very best and a safe journey ahead.
Myself. Hi, ladies. Are we all back? Have we all charged our glasses? Have we put our glamorous shoes on and removed our slippers? Great. I think we're all back in line. Thank you very, very much. I see Stella there. Thanks, Stella. Hello, welcome. I have the great pleasure now to do the handover of the chain of office. As I said, my little chain, bless its heart, has spent 99% of its life in the little box. Every now and again, I would take it out and shine it and had a few photographs for it. But that's all it's done. And I hope that this year it will come out and visit all the clubs on a more regular basis. So I would like to take this time out to actually hand over a chain of office to District Governor Anne Marilyn Rotenbach. Let's just see if we're okay here. Are we okay? Can we see us? Yes, wonderful. That's the only thing about this, is that
yes, you know.
how it's going to work until it actually works. Marilyn, I would love to give you big kisses and hugs, but that's not going to happen today. So good luck for your year. Don't disappear too far out, eh? Good luck for your year. And I know you will make a wonderful, wonderful DGA. Your whole club is behind you, which is absolutely fantastic. So congratulations.
Thank you very much, Angela. And on behalf of the whole of District D9 400, we would like to congratulate you on such a wonderful, wonderful term of office and making everybody feel that you're part of each individual club.
Maybe she did say already.
And Angela, behind you are these beautiful flowers.
Gosh, guys, if you could see them, they are magnificent. I actually am going to lift them because I do think they are absolutely fantastic. So thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
And likewise, I have the pleasure to give you as well. There you go.
Oh,
thank you so much. Thanks, guys. I'm going to hand over to Barbara, if you can do a little bit of presentation. Ladies, if you will all unmute yourselves, and I'm going to toast Marilyn, and I'm going to congratulate her. So if you all unmute yourselves and give her a hand of applause. Thank you.
Thanks.
Cheers, guys.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Okay, I'm going to mute myself now, and I will hand over to Barbara Day.
Thanks, Angela. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Good morning, everybody. All protocols observed. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Marilyn Rotenbach to you. Marilyn had an early introduction to Rotary, with her parents joining the Rotary Club of Springs Park in the late 1970s. Definitely a Rotary babe. Fast forward to 1999, and Marilyn and her husband Mark joined the...
You just deleted. You go onto your cursor.
Sorry, may I continue? Fast forward to 1999, and Marilyn and her husband Mark joined the Springs Park Rotary Club. Initially, they were both actively involved in Rotary life, but unfortunately his deteriorating health due to diabetes complications resulted in him having to withdraw from Rotary activities. Marilyn, however, continued as an active and enthusiastic Rotarian. Tragically, Mark passed away 2 years ago, and Marilyn volunteered to become more actively involved in a Rotarian leadership role. She has a daughter, Rochelle, who is a medical doctor practicing in Durban,
and her son Anthony is involved in the family business in Springs. In her spare time, Marilyn is an enthusiastic social bridge player, amateur line dancer, and a keen Zumba participant. I'm sure you all join me in wishing Marilyn a very successful, every success in her role as the 21-22 District Governor Anne. Congratulations, Marilyn.
Yep, no, done. Thank you very much, everybody, and thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, Barbara Ann. Greatly appreciated. Ladies, as you all know, I think no club can stand on its own without the support of all the Anns behind them. And this year and this past year has been a very difficult one for everyone concerned. As you all know, the conference that we normally held had to be cancelled, and much debate was had as to whether we were going to hold the conference or not. The fact that it was important for people to socialize and to actually have bums on seats came out to be the important decision maker in postponing and then once again redating our conference. We all look forward to this, and Rosebank was due to host it this past year, and they have ever so graciously said that they would love to host in this coming year, in my year term of office, and would want to do so with the greatest of pleasure. So I am very grateful to announce that Rosebank will be hosting our future conference in this coming 2021-22 year. I wish you all the best of luck for this coming year, and I would now to hand you over now to Stella Anyangwe. Stella, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Morning, Stella.
Morning.
Good morning, ladies, and thank you for inviting me. This has really been a pleasure to see so many of you online on a cold morning such as this one. But you're celebrating two phenomenal women. Thank you very much, Angela, for the year you've spent with Anne-Marie. And I know that Marilyn will learn a lot from you, and she will ask you about how things went. We don't know what it will be in the next Rotary year starting 1st of July, but I'm sure that we will still go virtual for some time. Therefore, your experience in being a DGA in a virtual world will really come to help Marilyn. We look forward to better times ahead. We hope that someday in the next Rotary year, Marilyn and I will be able to physically visit some clubs that have Ann clubs so that we can see people face to face. I think we've done, the district has done tremendously well this ending Rotary year, managing to visit clubs, Anne-Marie and Angela, even virtually, and they've done a great job. So I want to thank the Anns for all that they do. We hear about your sterling work in all the different fora. I have just left an NPC board meeting, which is the leadership meeting of the district. And we've just talked there about the good work that Anns are doing. I would like to encourage you to continue same in the coming year. The Rotary International President-elect. Oh, well, so I saw something there. I was doing the Jerusalem to stimulate some clubs to get moving, because in April this year, I was 70, and that's just a number. You can still do the Jerusalem after 70. So But I want to encourage aunts and aunts clubs to continue supporting Rotary as you've done in the past. We've appreciated your work very, very tremendously. Please do continue to give Marilyn the support you gave Angela, and together we will make things work. I just want to let you know that the Rotary International President-elect, Shekhar Mehta of India, has named our year the Change Maker Team. He says we should be change makers. And that is for the entire team, from the DG, the DGA, the DGE, down to the club officials. We must make a difference irrespective of the COVID situation. So I just want to wish you well, Marilyn. Looking forward to our year together. And I know that you will have the backing of your group of aunts, just as I have been promised to have the backing of all Rotarians. So enjoy the weekend. It's a cold one. I'm still having a coffee, but I assure you that later on it will be a gin and tonic. So have fun. Thank you so much. Oh boy, that's wicked.
Well done, well done, well done, well done.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Thank you so much. Ladies, before I hand on back to Elaine Stathakopoulos to end our conference, I just want to make a special thank you to Grace Van Zyl of Joburg Club, because really she has worked to all middle of the night sometimes to try and get through all of this. And we knew we were going to have problems, and we met them and we bounced on them and we stomped them out of our system. So I thank you all of you, for persevering, and especially thank you to Grace, who has really put this all together for me. All I did was just sit here and put the decorations up the back. And if you'll look at the back, as I mentioned earlier on, these are all the scarves that I've had in the past for my DGAR stories. There's the can there that Jill instigated, all the cans of food that our clubs, our aunts clubs are collecting. It was a can per Ann per month. So ours is, well, I couldn't put them all up there. It would have been too heavy. It might have broken my desk. And also in the front there, all my spec booms. And now my office smells beautiful. I've got all these flowers everywhere. It's been an amazing year. And it's been an amazing year mainly because of all you ladies who have stepped up, come forward and worked so hard. So I'm going to hand over to Elaine now. She will close the meeting. And I just want to say once more, thank you so, so much, ladies. Thank you. Elaine, over to you.
Wow, what a lovely morning. What a lovely morning, Angela. And thank you to you and to Grace for making it possible. And congratulations to our first virtual district governor, Anne. A great job, Angela. A toast to all the Annes, to all the members of our district, 9400, a wonderful group of ladies. Thank you for attending this morning. As a toast to you all, and to all your awardees, congratulations. We'd like to thank Grace, as Angela said, for all her hard work. A wonderful tribute to the Annes of Johannesburg Rotary Club. A sad day indeed to see you closing after 93 years. A wonderful group of ladies, and thankfully you won't be lost to Rotary. We thank Anna-Marie for her message of encouragement. Thank you, Stella, for making time to be on this morning. A wonderful morning to have you with us. And we look forward to working with you in the new year. I know Marilyn will be a wonderful DGA together with you. and take their ANs forward as Angela has done and the past district governors. Ladies, I applaud you once again. Raise your glasses to the ANs. Thank you for a wonderful morning. Go well, be safe, and we will see you hopefully in the future, maybe in person and no longer virtual. Please do not switch off now. Let's have a fellowship and meet up with friends we haven't seen for a long time. Cheers to